All right, so next we're going to attach the door portion as well as the arm. Okay guys, so now we're ready to install the door portion. Here's the bottom rail of the door. You can tell because it's the 10-inch bottom rail, and you can see it's already tapped and prepped for us. Now these are slotted, so what I like to do is I'll just start them to where I can slide it over, and then we can get it in perfect alignment. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and do this one. Okay guys, so I just screwed these in loose. What you want is from the edge of the door to the center line of the pivot should measure 2 5/8. So I have it loose. Let's just line it up and then we could tighten it down. So now, actually that looks pretty good. See if I can go over a little bit more. That looks good there. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten it up. And if you look too, you can't tell because of the weather stripping. It is actually split here, so you could actually push in a flathead screwdriver to raise or lower the door, which we'll be doing that in a second. All right guys, so let's go ahead and do the side load arm, the top arm now. Okay guys, so here we have the top rail of the door. You can see because it's more narrow, it's not as tall as the bottom rail. And then here we have our side load arm. So the reason it's called a side load arm is when installed, we're going to load the door from the side. This is where the spindle of the concealed pivot will go. On the side load arm, we have this bracket that's basically clamping down on the spindle from the side. What we're gonna do is, it comes with a bunch of hardware. This is the side load arm. What we're gonna do is you're gonna wanna take the side load arm and you're gonna wanna take these bolts here, and these are gonna be the centering bolts. So it's gonna allow you to adjust the door in and out from the frame, and you're just gonna thread them into here. And how it works is these are the centering screws. So what that means is when the arm's installed, we're actually going to thread the heads of these bolts against the rail of the door, and it's going to adjust the movement of the door in and out. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's go like this, so you can see I gotta kind of thread it in more. And we could do that too once the door's up. Okay, so that's in there. Okay, and then here we have this here, which is the main bolt that just threads right into here. So let's go ahead and start that. There, and then it comes with this one here, this flathead. That's gonna thread into this. So kind of got to maneuver it a little bit, but and that's gonna actually go through this bolt and lock this in. Okay, I'm just gonna tighten this up here. Basically, I have this one started here. We'll lock that down once it's into place. These bolts here will adjust sort of the in and out of the door as it's in the frame, whereas this is actually adjusting the door laterally, like so this direction or this direction with that, whereas this is this direction or that direction. So I'm gonna go ahead and get everything lined up. And what we're wanting to do is, it's just like the bottom pivot set, except obviously now we're gonna have that spindle in there for the concealed closer. We need to be, from the edge of the door, we need to be at 2 5/8 for the center. So it looks like I gotta go over a little bit. Oh, I need to loosen this more then. ahead and loosen this a little more. So let's see here, 2 5/8. So let's scoot this over. See what that does. I'd say that looks pretty dang good. So let's go ahead and lock this down. Let's go ahead and tighten this down to where there is tension on it. So as you guys can see, this is basically the centering screw for this. And then let me get my 7/16 real quick. Just so that there's enough tension on it. There we go. Looks pretty good. We could adjust that later. We're good to go, ready to hang. And once we're up there, so once we're up here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna load it from the side. Let me just peel this off real quick. All we're gonna do is load the spindle on, and then we'll attach it with this bracket here. And that'll be these 3. I have 3 of these Allen bolts with these lock washers. So that's how we'll do that. Okay guys, let's go ahead and hang the door. Okay guys, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna set this on the bottom pivot set right here. I'm gonna have to kind of feel for it there. I think I'm on now. Let me check. Yeah, it feels like I'm on. And then now we're gonna load the door. Okay, so see right there, guys, we are too high. So what I need to do is I need to lower that door portion bottom pivot set. I need to lower it. So let me go ahead and do that right now. I'm just gonna set this down here and do that carefully. Okay. So yeah, this was, oh actually this was much too high. So I'm gonna actually loosen it up, guys, because that's gonna lower it. So I'm loosening it. You can see it lowering, see that? So that's about as low as it can go, right there. I think that should be good, guys. Let's try that. So loosening it would lower it. Okay, that bottom fitted nice. Let's see if the top does. Okay, the top does fit. So let me go ahead and hop on my ladder and get that lined up real quick. Okay guys, so we already got the bottom portion in. Here's what we're looking at. So that's what we're looking at for the top. So I'm just gonna squeeze this over and it sucks right in to that spindle. So you can see the spindle is in that side load arm right now. Okay. So now, there, it's in, it's completely flush. You can see it's completely flush. So it's completely flush with that side load arm. So now guys, I'm ready for the bracket. Okay guys, so I got that in place. Let's go ahead and line up the bracket here. Set that in place there. There's 3 Allen bolts. I'm just gonna start them all real quick. Okay, and now I'm just gonna torque them down. It does have thread lock on it. A lot of times these things will come loose over time, and then it'll wear out that spindle and the arm. So you always want to make sure it's tight. If your door is loose, you want to make sure you tighten it up so that there's no play to where it could ruin itself. But these concealed closers are really nice. Great for like historical buildings, higher end building applications where you don't want that sort of surface closer look. A lot more finer looking than the surface closer type. So now I'm gonna go ahead and test this out. However, it does include a cover plate. Let me go ahead and show you guys. Okay guys, so here's my cover plate, and it includes two little tiny screws here. So you can definitely do that to cover it up. A lot of doors are missing it. It is good to cover it up, but since I'm gonna be making some adjustments, I'm gonna leave it off for now. Let's go ahead and test it out, guys. Okay guys, so now that the door's hung, the next step is to go ahead and test it out. So this is a double acting or center hung door application. So the beauty of this is that when you open it this way, it latches, and then you can also open it this way. So it's a really good ADA door system. The only thing I noticed right away is, so here we have our deadbolt lock. If you guys remember, I was talking about the adjustment on the door for bringing it in and out. Those two bolts at the top. You can see how it's not centered right here. What you want is when the door is in the full rest position, it should be right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hop up on the ladder and I'm gonna adjust those so that it brings the door in so that the deadbolt can line up, so that the resting part is directly in the center of the door. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, guys. I don't know that you might have to use that. Hacking the door. Okay guys, so what I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna loosen this up, and we know that we wanted to bring the door more this way. So let me go ahead and loosen this up a little bit. Just enough. Okay guys, so we know that we need to bring the door in this direction here. So what that means is basically we want this arm closest to this side of the door right here. So I'm gonna adjust the screw so this arm sits a little closer to this side. Okay guys, so I'm bringing this screw in so I can get that arm closer to that side. So you saw it walk over. It probably did, I don't know, maybe a 1/4 inch. But there was quite a bit of adjustment we needed, so let me go ahead and just do that. Okay, let's tighten this or loosen this up so that there's tension on it.
Oh, I'm not getting it.
Just move that table, it's rated for it. Just stand on the leg part. Don't stand in the center. See where the leg is? Hold on to this shit too. There we go. Perfect, huh? Okay, I'm gonna keep loosening it till this is pressed up against that head of that bolt. And then we're gonna see where we're at in terms of alignment. And then on another note, because we want to check the lock obviously and make sure everything's aligned, the keys are always going to be in the top rail of the door for the Alumitrex. So I'll go ahead and remove that to get the keys. Okay guys, let's go ahead and shut it. Perfect. So right there you guys can see that adjustment we made visually you can see it's now in the center. Okay, and then let's go ahead and check the deadbolt, and it goes in perfect. So this is in great alignment here. Okay guys, so next what we're gonna do is the door is pretty much installed. Just a few details, such as on these double acting doors, one thing you're gonna notice is they use what we call back-to-back push bars. So rather than have a pull handle on one side and a push bar on the other, they're actually double push bars because you can push the door from either direction. It increases traffic flow. It's a really great system. And this is on the Alumitrex door. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'll go ahead and show you guys how to install the push bar in a separate video. But as far as wrapping up this installation, obviously I haven't glazed the door. I'll do another video on glazing it. But assuming that it was glazed already and you had the push bars mounted, at that point you're ready to close up shop. All you really need to do is it includes this snap-in filler plate, and you're just gonna tuck it up into here and gently hammer it in. I like to use a rubber mallet, and that'll cover up this channel. And the filler plate has a hole in it so that it can still receive the deadbolt. And then over here, same thing over here. You can see that there's the channel there. So you just need to snap in, push in the channel there. And then lastly is just the cover plate. So if everything's adjusted good like it is, just do the cover plate. So that'll wrap up the door installation. Now, I am gonna do a separate video on adjusting these concealed closers, just because you know, I don't want to make this video too long, but adjusting the concealed closures, I'll go over everything in terms of speed, closing speed, latch, close speed, everything like that. So that'll be in another video. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, this was our double acting Alumitrex storefront door system. We also have single acting Alumitrex storefront doors. And then of course, we also carry our entrance light door system, the value engineered one. So, and if this video helped you guys out in any way, we'd really appreciate it if you gave us a like, and also subscribe to our channel. We're gonna be coming out with more content weekly. Thank you.